Good evening. My name is Andrew Yorkovich. It's a name I'm not too particularly fond of. So instead I like to refer to myself as AJ, Aj, or the Snipe, especially when I'm here entertaining you. I don't particularly delve into my personal life or beliefs or political views. I know that not everyone would agree with them, and some people not even like what I have to say. That being said, I can't understand how anyone can agree with Congress shutting down. After the United States Supreme Court finds Obamacare constitutional, our president's plans get set into motion, and the GOP doesn't like that. Not at all. So much so that they cause Congress to partially shut down our government weeks before they're supposed to renegotiate the budget for our country before it defaults. This action causes hundreds of thousands of people who work federal jobs in the government to be forced to stop working. State parks are forced to shut down and close, and financial benefits that needy families rely on to survive are put into some serious jeopardy right now. Now, I understand if you don't like our president or don't agree with him or his plans, but that doesn't get you a free pass to just stop doing your job and on top of it still get paid for it. It's true. They're all still getting paid. All the congressmen are all still getting paid for throwing a temper tantrum and doing nothing. Meanwhile, other federal workers who are forced to stop working, they don't get money. They're applying for unemployment, but who knows if they're going to get it. You honestly think that you deserve to get paid to do nothing? If I were to stop doing my job, I wouldn't still get paid for it. I would get fired. Now, I may only be considered a number to you, but if you betray one too many numbers in our system called the United States government, someone else is going to be taking your job eventually. It's called an election. It's called impeachment, getting thrown out of office. Now, I have a question for you, John Boehner. Is this what you wanted? For our beautiful nation to be made a mockery? For our leaders to look like a bunch of invalids who can't do anything for themselves, let alone others? Do you truly think you still deserve your seat in the House? I mean, on top of you representing Ohio in the House of Representatives, you're the Speaker. You're one of the people in line for presidency should something happen. And you think you deserve this after pretty much leading this shutdown? You think you deserve it? I'm ashamed that you're from my state of Ohio, and I would like to start a petition to call for your immediate resignation. Now, if I did, because I don't know how to do this, if I did, a link will be provided in the description below, and if you agree with me, I encourage every one of you to sign it and to see how many people don't like this action and that he needs to suffer the consequence for it by not working there anymore. We put our trust into you to do the right thing and to make this country better and to lead our nation. And you shutting us down breaks that trust in every sense of the word. The worst thing, though, I feel that if Obamacare was proposed by a Republican like George Bush or Ronald Reagan, or maybe even any other Republican, that you would all be for it. And most likely the Democrats would be against it, but you would all be for it. Is this nation so divided that you would be in opposition regardless on where they stand? You're playing with people's lives here. And I have a personal reason to be upset about this. My wife has kidney failure. And her survival depends on you doing your job, so she can get the treatments and medicine that she needs desperately without having to worry about affording the astronomical cost. Do you know how much a treatment of dialysis runs? While you're on that, why don't you look up a medicine called Fosrenol? See how much one of those pills costs. Just one. And then times that by about, 500. And that's a month, by the way. To members of Congress, for all of you that decided that this was a good idea, you really should think about if you really are helping the country out. We've been in some serious trouble for the past decade, and it seems like it's getting worse and worse, and if no one's agreeing on anything, it's basically causing the country to tear itself apart. And if we can't agree on anything, that's what's going to happen. And this shutdown, in my opinion, is a serious wake-up call for that. And to be honest, anyone who thought that this was a good idea, in my opinion, they're just terrible people that are just out for themselves and not for the betterment of the country in general. You have to think about the whole country and not one or two people. And I feel that Congress isn't doing that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people think that this is all Obama's fault, and who knows, maybe it is, but to be honest, Congress is the one that shut down because Obama already basically got what he wanted. And so now they're basically saying, oh, I'm not going to work anymore. So I really don't know what else to say. This was something that I wanted to say as myself. That's why I introduced myself as my full name. And this is something I'm very concerned about in general, and I just had to say something because I feel that if enough people actually say something and enough people in our government really understands that, pretty much just about everyone's upset with this decision, that they might realize that they're doing something wrong. But I mean, I don't know, I'm just one person, so. But that's all I have to say.